This semester, I had the amazing opportunity to work with youth athletics in the marketing department. All this action you see on the field and on the court, we are the team behind the scenes that creates this awesome environment. We handle the sponsorships, prizes, giveaways, spirit team, band, promotions, and so much more. This semester, I was able to work with women's basketball, men's basketball, volleyball, gymnastics, softball, baseball, and lacrosse. Each game and each sport brings its own unique thing to the table. Some are more fast paced and on the spot, and others are a little more thought out and planned throughout the season. Part of my internship, I was also able to partake in halftime shows. And in this one here, was also incorporated with a sponsorship element where I held the field goal. They got everybody in the stadium free Great Clips haircuts for the day. So my internship, it's been super fun to be a part of. And I was also able to work some special events too, such as the men's basketball NIT tournament and the Pac-12 Women's Gymnastics Championship. The in-game elements I learned this semester were super fun to be a part of. I was able to run halftime shows, cue the band and spirit team when to get involved, recruit fans to be part of games, and give out free U of U merch. I was also able to be the host for one of our men's basketball games too.
Miles, take it away.
All right, Utah fans, direct your attention up to the Jumbotron where we're going to play tonight's Utah Run-In Ute match game. Compete with your friends and see who can finish the fastest and with the most correct answers.
Professionally, I was amazed at how much I was able to learn and the experiences that were offered to me. But in terms of ethics, I wanted to know what I could contribute to the team. I surveyed my direct supervisor along with other supervisors in the department on how they felt ethics principles aligned with their job and fell into the U of U athletics mission statement. The statement reads, Utah Athletics promotes a culture of excellence that optimizes the student-athlete experience and best positions with our students for success in the classroom, competition, and community. And when looking at the results, it was adamant that rule of law was a significant factor within the organization. The NCAA has strict rules and guidelines that we must follow in order to be compliant and not jeopardize any teams, players, or recruits. The results also showed that trust is another ethic that's been ingrained into the organization. Each game and meet, we rely on one another to execute a good show, and trust has been earned by each person within the department. And it was my job to show that I was a trustworthy person that they could rely on and someone that they knew would be dependent to do the good job and do it well. The ethic that stood out the most to me, though, was viability. Viability is something that for Utah athletics is a huge thing, and not just for fans, but also for employees within the organization, interns within the organization, fans, and also the athletes and coaches that are competing each and every day. So being able to create value for each of those people is something that's very important and something that's practiced a lot throughout the organization and something that we try and improve on every day. Throughout my time during the internship this semester, I've made a lot of good friends, a lot of good mentors, and people that I really look up to, and people that were able to show me things that were far beyond my imagination. And I think this all has to do through respect. Respect was the second highest rated integrity value that the company showed throughout the survey, and especially among supervisors. They're very respectful not only to their peers and the people above them, but also the people that work for them. And I think that that's something that was very important and something that I would love to practice and something that I would love to be a part of and be able to contribute to each and every day. There's 14 of us within the internship, and for the second survey, I decided to focus a little more on transparency and see how well the internship held up with the things that they offer that they're going to teach us and the things that they actually teach us. So the results of this first survey, this was sent out at the start of the semester. The blue pie chart, that represents areas that people know and they possess those skills. The red represents processes that they're currently learning, and the yellow is something that people don't know. And at the end of the internship, towards the end of the semester, the same survey was sent out again to the same people. And you can clearly see that there's a lot more blue, a lot more skills were learned over the course of the semester, or some people are still currently learning, and it's still a work in progress. But that's something that I think shows the level of transparency. It's very high, and that's why the rankings and surveys reflect that. Looking at a couple strategies for the ethics principles that didn't rank the highest, first, me and my supervisor sat down to discuss the fairness within the organization. It had the lowest average score across the principles, and to increase this, we came up with a strategy to pre select an area within the gym or within the stadium as an area to get contestants from versus some people looking for their friends at the game and picking people that they already may know. This creates a little more fair and equity for everybody that is attending the game. The second one with viability, we wanted to create value for all the stakeholders, and we've seen some sports have declines versus others having increases. And so, how can we devote attention and resources to all sports so they all get an equal amount of attention and we're able to grow the athletic program as a whole and not just focus on individual sports? And third and finally, we sat down to create a plan for accountability within the internship specifically. This was something that needs to be improved. We've had people say that they're going to do things and they'll not get done. We've had people not show up for their scheduled games. And so we devised a plan of how to keep people accountable with their assignments, their performance, and their timeliness. And these are all strategies that we plan to implement moving forward. I was fortunate enough to be brought on as a full-time assistant with marketing, and so these are things that I hope to put into practice within the internship for others that are participating in the following years. But through this, we can continue to still have an environment where we can still have fun, still be enjoying the games, and still getting the most out of the experience and out of the internship, and create a good ethical environment workplace for everybody that's involved.